sit still and all, it is manipulative. You know, if you do a spell to get a job, and you get that job, what has happened is you have manipulated the energy, manipulated the elements to see to it that your resume hit the top of the stack, or that it got a second look. You got a job instead of that other poor bastard. But you know what? When life is manipulative, when you look for a job, even if you haven't done the spell, you still knock some poor bastard out of a job. You know, so with that thing, it really doesn't matter what this does. This gives you an edge, and I think that's the important thing. There are other things you can do. You probably have stuff in your kitchen cabinet that you can use for money draw. Cinnamon is absolutely wonderful, and so is basil. Now, I decided one time when I was a baby witch that I was going to do a money bath. And so I brew up this tea. And I, you know, I'm a Taurus. What that means is, you know, there's no such thing as too much of a good thing. More is better. Oh yes, oh yes. And so I brew up this cinnamon basil tea, and by God, it smells wonderful. And I put it in the bathtub, and then I fill the tub full of warm water, and I hop in. And I have to tell you that I've got a problem with bathing in cool, tepid water. It's got to be hot. I want to feel like I'm being steamed like a lobster, or I'm not clean and I'm not comfortable. So I've got this steaming hot tub that smells so good. I jump in. Holy shit, folks! my ass was as red as foxes. Okay. It did not take me long to get out of there, because cinnamon will burn your ass. And I don't have sensitive skin. Now, this does not mean that you should not do a cinnamon bath, but if you were going to brew up a tea to put in your bath, I would probably use 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of basil. I'd mix that up to a cup, and then dilute that by, strain it out and dilute that by a whole tub of water. Okay? With cinnamon, more is not better. Not when you're working magic. The interesting thing about both cinnamon and basil is they're also good for drawing love. And I like that when it comes to working money magic, because people need to feel like they deserve the money. And you can only feel like you deserve the money if you love yourself. So I feel like these particular ingredients kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Where are you in this class? I'm not picking on you, but there's something you really came to learn, isn't there? Tell me. No? I embarrassed you.
Huh?
I embarrassed you. You gonna get up and leave now because I embarrassed you?
No, he just did.
You just did? You just embarrassed her? Okay.
Always blaming it at the man.
Huh?
Always blaming it at the man.
Yeah, well, okay. There's another thing that y'all can do to bring money in the mail. And you need to be careful. I've kind of had to change this a little bit ever since the anthrax scare. What I used to do is have people take cornstarch and put cornstarch and ground cinnamon and basil, mix it into a powder, run it like through a coffee grinder, mix it up in a powder, and take a clean paintbrush and paint the inside of their mailbox with that. Okay? You can also take that powder and you can toss it across your threshold. If you use baking soda with the cinnamon and basil, you can sprinkle your carpets with it. And then vacuum that up in your house. Smells good, but it also is going to draw money into your home. But because of this white powdery anthrax stuff, Your postman may get a little antsy if the inside of your mailbox is powdery, okay? So what I tell people to do instead is mix up that basil and cinnamon tea. This time, since you're not going to put it on your skin, it's not going to matter how much cinnamon you put in it. You go right on with that. Put it in a spray bottle, hot water, and squirt the inside of your mailbox down. You can do your baseboards. You also, people coming in and out your door, once a month, either take a rag, and this smells nasty, but it will go away. Wash the outside of your door with ammonia or with vinegar. Not cider vinegar, plain white vinegar, one or the other, okay? And the reason for that is you want to get rid of any sort of negative shit that is left at your door. Keep it from coming in your house. And so once a month usually takes care of that. There are those people who, as a protective measure, will, bless you, will actually wash their door, wipe it down with their own urine. Okay? Because then you are claiming your home. Okay? Trust me, it goes away. What happens is it'll dry on your door, and it actually does look like a white powder, and then you just wipe the residue away. People do their floors with it too. But for God's sake, clean those doors once a month to prevent anything else from coming in it. I have a friend who's a conjure woman, and she, once a year, right at Christmas time, she buys those little cinnamon brooms over at Walmart or Target or wherever, and she always has one on her front door. And she uses the cinnamon oil to refresh it. But once a month, she scrubs that door down. She takes that off when she scrubs it down, then she puts it back up, because that does bring wealth into the family. When you're working for money, I have done several different kinds of money spells. But if you're working with ingredients, I like to actually use money. Maybe make a little money pouch where you have a penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, and you roll this up in a dollar bill, and then you keep this in your wallet. Always add a pinch of brown sugar to sweeten your money and ease the cash flow. And it'll make you feel better about getting money too. She's not listening to me. Are you? Oh my God. Okay, good enough. Good enough. When you work for money, don't just work for money for yourself. I'm not necessarily talking about you working money for this fellow over here, but work for money for everyone in your household. Okay? Because if you bring the money into the house and everybody is bringing money into the house, your household is going to be prosperous. Okay? There's something else that's a little interesting. Star, my friend the conjure woman, once said to somebody, I keep hearing you say you're broke. She wasn't talking to me, she's talking to somebody else. And she said, you have $10 in your pocket. It's not that you don't have any money. You keep saying, I have no money. You do have money. You have $10 in your pocket, and that's a blessing. And I think that the reason that some people fail to draw money is because they fail to recognize what they're already blessed with and thank the gods for that. Every night before I go to bed, I pray to my three ladies, but I start out by thanking them for my day. Now granted, we've all had rotten days, and there are some days when I have a little trouble thinking about what I can be thankful for, because it's been one thing after another after another. However, one of the things you can always be thankful for is you opened your eyes that day and you were alive, because that in itself is a gift. Okay? I have a remarkable husband who I'm thankful for. I have a great dog who I'm thankful for. And I know that I will always have a roof over my head, food in my belly, and clothes on my back. And you know what? That's something to be thankful for. So, You know, if you're having trouble thanking them for your blessings and thinking about what those blessings are for that day, you can always rely on those things, but always thank them. Then get down to business and tell them what it is you want, and they will do it for you. You know, it's as easy as that. But once you recognize that you are really not without, things begin to, it's like it unplugs your cash flow, okay? Because sometimes things are just plugged up. With money, here's another easy thing. When you pay for something, folks, and you pay in cash, always pay with a bill large enough so that you will get folded money back. And when you get the folded money back, make sure that, I mean, and if people have to stand in line while you do this, let them. Make sure that all the folded money you've gotten back is all head up and it's all facing you. You are bringing your money towards you. Then take it, fold it in half towards you. You can straighten this out later in your wallet. Take it in your purse and go on. Okay? If you do this the other way, and none of this money is facing towards you, your money is going out.
Money back facing you, right?
Okay? Fold it towards you. Fold it towards you. And
Keep doing that. All you got is 20.
huh?
You keep using 20.
Well, but you know, sometimes you don't have to use 20 all the time. If something is $1.98, then use 5. Okay? Just a bill large enough to get you folded money, you know, get your money back. Okay? Yeah. You know, that is one of those things that my grandmother taught me. And when I pay for something, I make sure when I hand them the money, I don't hand money like this. I hand money like this. And it's still facing me when I hand it to them. So I'm assured that no more money is going away from me than is absolutely necessary, because my money's still watching me. And I'm still watching it. So these are, you know, really, really simple things that you can do. And you know, there's also, you know, I've got a product line called Wicked Witch Mojo. And yeah, I've got some great money draw stuff over there. I have something come to mama, which is an attraction formula. I've got everything and then some, which is a success formula, and a fast cash, which does draw cash. You know, yeah, I'm doing shameless self-promotion here, but if you don't want to use somebody else's products, here's what I would suggest you do if you want a wall of a money spell. Get a green candle, a yellow candle, and an orange candle. Okay? Your green is for money. Your orange is attraction, and your yellow is success. And when you want some kind of a big oomph spell, always add an orange candle and a yellow candle to it. What I do with this is I take the sacred aim and flame, you know, those barbecue lighters, and I run it up and down one side of a candle, and I pop the two together so they stick. Then I do it again, and I pop the third one in. So you've got a little triangle here of candles. You've got 3 wicks, it's like one candle. If you were gonna dress those candles with some kind of oil, do it before you stick them together. But when you light this, light all 3 wicks like it's one, and you let those suckers burn down. If I like to let these burn down all at once. If you're using something like the size of the candles that I have, those are 60-hour candles. So you're not going to be able to do that all at once. You'd have to do that in increments. But you know those little 4-inch tapers that you can get at any metaphysical store that, I don't know, they used to cost $0.25, they probably cost $1 now. Okay? But you know, try those, because it doesn't take long for those to burn down. And it's a great spell, and we'll pack that wallet, because what it does is, you know, you've already announced to the universe that you need money here. You're drawing it to you with the attraction candle. You're guaranteeing it's going to work with your success candle. So give that a shot. You see, I'm not so bad. I could have sold you shit, and I just told you how to do it by yourself. Okay? You can also, if you want to dress with, you know, the candles with something, you can also roll those, put just regular vegetable oil. You know, Wesson oil, Crisco oil, whatever it is out of your kitchen cabinet, and roll that in cinnamon or basil. But be careful with that, because if you roll it in too much, sometimes that shit catches on fire if it's not fine enough. So be, you know, careful with it. I mean, a dab will do it. What I would do instead is I would probably sprinkle the top of it. Okay, and let that rock. How long am I supposed to talk? Do y'all know?
Till 2.
Till 2?
Okay.
And it's almost 2. Hooray! Y'all did good. Y'all put up with me. Okay, we've got 5 minutes. Does anybody have anything they want to say or want to ask?
With the herbs,
Uh-huh.
with a coffee grinder or an espresso grinder, you can get a finer. Where
Yeah.
They're a lot less painful.
Yes.
They still gonna pack on the top, though. They make the neatest sounds, you know, with the
Oh, honey, if you want neat sounds, all you use a little saltpeter, but you burn down the house with that. Yeah, peep, pop, pop. You know, I had a high priestess do that one time. I made a bunch of, I used to have an incense business. I used to make my own stuff and used to sell it in Malibu and Venice Beach and like that when I lived in California. And so we were having ritual, and so, she wanted me to do incense, and we were going to have all this wonderful stuff and so on and so forth, and she had this big surprise for everybody. We were doing magic in the cauldron, and so she was going to use, first she's going to use splash paper, and she couldn't find any, so she used saltpeter. Well, you know, with saltpeter, that's good, because if you want self-lighting incense, that's what you do. You use a little bit, but you use a little bit, okay? And it was lovely because, it pops, and it makes pretty colors and so on and so forth. Do you know she burned down the tent where all my incense was? It was like kapow, everything exploded because mine was self-lighting too, so mine had the little bit. She put like a half a container of saltpeter in this cauldron. Oh yes, that was quite interesting. Yeah, and you know, after, you know, it was real pretty fireworks, but it would have been more fun if we hadn't been terrified that she was going to burn us up in the process. Okay, anybody else got something? How many of y'all going to ask me something after I shut up? Yeah, y'all are, I can tell. Just, okay. Okay, if y'all don't have any questions or anything like that, I'm going to let you go. Lots of vendors on vendor row. We got authors back here with good books. Shop till you drop. Have a good festival.